business scenarios solved every single day. You guys know the business management playlist. We're gonna do 366 days of this playlist, banging out the scenarios for your business. Essentially, it's paying homage to Peter Drucker's The Daily Drucker. It's exactly the right criteria, okay, when it comes to just not knowing what you don't know when it comes to business. Does that make sense? The unknown sometimes is the most critical, but at the same time, how do you learn from something that you don't know is coming in the first place, right? So if I could tell you the future and you could learn and then move forward, and then when the future happens and it becomes the present, you've already dealt with it, right? That's the whole point. That's what this is. If you had to wonder what this is, that's what this is. So without further delay, you know what I need to say. Go ahead, like, subscribe, follow on YouTube, LinkedIn, all the platforms that exist when it comes to this. Actually, I'm only on 2 of them when I do the live. And then after that, it just, it keeps going. But I want to get started because I don't want to waste any time when it comes to this, this topic, governing and getting things done. When it comes to business, no. When it comes to business, you're completely screwed if government is involved. Unfortunately, it just is the way it is. Let's talk about government in business for a second. If government is making a decision, the whole purpose of it, after it dramatizes the entire situation, and it's using, if it's government, it's using the taxpayers' money, right? So at that point, it has to go penny for penny, minute for minute. Everything has to be held accountable. As a result, things have to be tabled. You have this whole delayed and strung out process that at the end of the day is based on some vote on the people who showed up. So of the people that actually showed up, and you have this vote on whatever it is, you go to a city council meeting and you're waiting on a vote or something, you're hoping that the more educated people that show up are the ones that are understanding what's happening or changing for their community. And that can be scaled up. You can say it from a high school level, middle school, when they start teaching you student government, and you go all the way up to your municipality, to your county or state level, and then to the national level, right? So understanding what goes on, getting involved in those politics, you have to understand that there's sides to the politics, right? And with those sides in politics, both sides have their agenda. In school, you learned it. Those who were a part of student council, they got what they wanted. They got out of class early. They got, they knew what was going on. They got a chance to take part in actually what activities were going to be programmed for that year for their student body. So whether it was, if we say high school was the 9th grade, 10th grade, 11th grade, and 12th grade student bodies, right? So, or the representatives for that grade, right? Then you had the student president, vice president, and so forth. So you had this whole hierarchy, right? And so because it was overly politicized at that level, and when they practiced the parliamentary standard of government, that's where you first learn all these things, right? Economics and macroeconomics, so forth, right? So doing that and understanding civil government at that point, if you didn't catch on, then you were left to the side, right? That doesn't mix with business. With business, it has to do with getting things done. It is doing. Government is not doing. Government is dramatizing a situation and then getting a vote based on the people that show up, right? That's not getting things done. So unfortunately, getting things done doesn't always work in someone's favor. But if getting things done in business means that the business is making its decision and its decision is based on a monetary purpose, that's different. Some people would argue that government is based on whether it's a man's decision, I'll say, or it is a moral decision. And those two don't mix. So as a result, you have these votes that happen, and then things either go one way or the other, and depending on who shows up the most is the direction that the vote goes. Has nothing to do with whether or not the vote was right, sadly. So when looking at business and trying to come down to a generalized vote, make sure that those who show up are those who are educated in the vote and know exactly what's going on. Sometimes you have to educate them day of to make sure that they know what direction that vote is going to go in, and control your votes so that there's something that doesn't allow human error. That's really as good as it gets. See you guys next time.